Getting great looks, I think, but it also could be teams giving us great looks. I mean, if you be completely honest, we're not a team that's constructed of great shooting. And that's just the truth of the matter is. It's not like, we're sitting here with a lot of lasers on our team.
What would be considered a success for the LA Lakers this season?
Well, my bar is not going to be as high as other people's, Molly. Looking at a season where, I don't know, sixth is what I expect. I don't know what they're going to consider. They don't consider anything a success unless they get to the finals. And I certainly don't see anything remotely approaching that. The Lakers aren't a very good team. And I know there's going to be hand-wringing all season. There's going to be less of it from me than anybody else talking about basketball on this network. Because I don't have those expectations. I think there are more good teams to start this season than I have ever seen in my life. And I'm old enough for that to be a long time. The Lakers ain't one of those teams. So the notion that I'm just going to go crazy about the Lakers every single day and what they have or don't have, they don't have enough to be a threat in either conference. They're in the West. There's enough good teams there. Would sixth be sort of that's the over-under? And I don't know if they can make that. They may look like a play-in team. And I'm not just going off last night. We're going off what we know their roster to be, issues they have. We don't know whether this team is going to be around as presently constructed by the time we get to the trade deadline. So, I don't have big expectations of the Los Angeles Lakers this year at all.
Here's where I'm at, y'all. I'm not going to get caught up in last night because you're going up against the reigning, defending NBA champions, who, by the way, I believe is going to repeat, okay? But the bottom line is, it doesn't take much. If you know the game of basketball, you look at their roster, we see what we see. There's no J.J. Redicks on the roster. There's no J.J. Redicks on the roster. They don't exist, okay? You don't have anybody who's a bona fide sharpshooter, a bona fide sniper. You just don't have it. And so for me, when you look at it from that standpoint, I say a huge success would be a playoff berth and a win in the first round, because that would be exceeding expectations. Based on the roster presently constructed, they simply don't have shooters. It's too much to expect Anthony Davis to be healthy and for LeBron James in his 20th year to carry this squad all season long. He was ready last night. Anthony Davis certainly wasn't shabby, but they had open looks, and I really appreciate what LeBron James said. They had open looks in some instances because the team allowed you to have open looks, because they were saying, JJ, he with us. He with us, except it wasn't a he, it was a they. They with us, a whole bunch of theys, a whole bunch of individuals on a Lakers squad that you were basically daring to shoot from the perimeter, because that's just simply not what they're going to do. I'm looking at Golden State, Clippers, Dallas, Phoenix, Denver.
Memphis.
I mean, did I say Memphis yet? Did I say Memphis yet? I mean, definitely Memphis. I mean, before we even get to even think about the Los Angeles Lakers, there's 6 to 7 teams, because even with Rudy Gobert, I think Minnesota with Anthony Edwards clearly having arrived, I throw them in the mix as well. If New Orleans, that's 8. Okay, I mean, there's 8 teams that you automatically think about before you even get to the Los Angeles Lakers with Anthony Davis and LeBron James on that squad. So I'm going to say the answer to this question is a first-round win in the postseason. That's the best I can give the Lakers, and that's pushing it.
Look, I think a first-round win would be exceeding any best-case scenario for this team.
Okay.
I think the best version of this team is a play-in team that sneaks in the playoffs by either winning the 7 or winning the 8 seed. To both of your points, the West is stronger this year. And you guys didn't mention Minnesota. They're going to be better. You didn't mention the New Orleans Pelicans getting Zion back. I actually think New Orleans has a chance to sneak in there and maybe get a 4 or 5 seed. That's how good I think that team will be. When the three best players in the Lakers have played together, it's a small sample size, but including last night, when Russ is on the court, AD is on the court, LeBron is on the court, this team is 11-11, and they have not done enough to address their roster deficiencies this offseason. So for a team success, I think it's a play-in berth, and I think they get the 7 or 8 seed. But I look at the Lakers season this way. I look at the Lakers season that we should treat this season as a celebration of LeBron's individual greatness. because he will at some point hopefully pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and become the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. And that should be what this season is about. Because to Wilbon's point, I agree with this. Spending all day, every day, talking about their deficiencies, that's not great. We know who this team is. They since they won the championship, they got in the play-in game the following season, and they didn't even make the play-in game the next season. This team has a lot of deficiencies, and this season should be about LeBron James.
Obviously, the Lakers can't shoot. No doubt about it. No one's questioning that. But these two teams don't even run their offense the same. The Warriors are always moving, setting off-ball screens. Their shooters are running around like crazy. You can never keep track of your man because he's always moving without the ball. The Lakers, on the other hand, will stand there and watch someone dribble. When LeBron James has the ball, the entire team will just wait for him to make a move. They're going to wait for him to take a step back three or drive into three defenders. When AD's posting up, the entire rest of the team will stand at the top of the key and do nothing. And Russ played well last night, but it doesn't change the fact that when he has the ball, he just stands there. He waits for AD to post up. He waits for LeBron to come get it. He will kill his dribble and just stand there with a dead ball with nowhere to go. And we know he can't shoot and he can't create his own shot because he has no dribble now. There's no screen setting. There's no movement. They barely even pass the ball when it's their possession. They will just watch LeBron James dribble until the shot clock runs out, or they will watch AD post up, and the only reason they even get points is because those two guys are more talented than everybody else, and occasionally Westbrook will help out and Kendrick Nunn will help out. That's the reason why those four guys were the only ones to really do anything last night on the offensive end. Obviously, the Lakers could use more shooting. Why are we surprised? It was no different last year. But if they had an actual offense, they could still score a lot more, especially points in the paint. Why do you think they had 18 turnovers? They're predictable. Everyone knows what they're going to do before they even do it. Yeah, they missed some open looks, but they took a lot of contested shots too. LeBron took a lot of contested threes. AD took some really contested fadeaways. Westbrook took shots with guys right in his face. Same thing with Kendrick Nunn, Patrick Beverley. Standing around and waiting for a mismatch doesn't work. You have to have ball movement. You have to have screen setting. You have to have an offensive game plan. You can't just rely on LeBron James and Anthony Davis to bail you out. We saw it with the Boston Celtics. They relied so much on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. But the moment they started actually moving the ball, setting screens, and getting shooters open, they jumped in the standings and then made the NBA Finals. The Lakers need a game plan, and it can't just be watching LeBron pass Kareem. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.